another episode of Cookery with Mac.
And Sue.
Oh, and Sue. The camera woman's renegotiated a contract. She has to be part of the credits now. It was a tough negotiation, but I didn't come out of it with empty hands. I got this lovely professional pinny. Now today, look what I've got to show you. Look at that. What is it, you say? It's oxtail. A cow's tail. I've already had it chunked up by the butcher. Now normally this makes a beautiful stew, but I made a stew this week, so we want something different. So I've got all my ingredients here for a gorgeous curry. Okay, we've got the meat, which I'm going to prepare shortly. We've got a carton of passata, which is like a thick tomato, sieved tomatoes, pack of cream coconut, lots of onions, some living coriander, garlic, fresh ginger, tomato puree. I'm going to try this in curry. I've not used it before. Pure tamarind. I'll show you what to do with it as time goes by. Just some ordinary hot madras curry powder. Now, back on me. I want to lecture. Now, making curries, some people are purists. They like getting all their own spices and dry roasting them and grinding them all themselves. And I suppose if you want to make a proper professional curry, that's what you do. However, there are 4 ingredients which if you put in any curry, it doesn't matter if you just use your basic curry powder, because these are the 4 ingredients that make a proper Indian or Pakistani curry, and they are cardamom pods. They've got little black seeds inside. I'll show you them later. Fresh coriander. I wish you could smell that. Can you smell it? It's absolutely gorgeous. Fresh ginger root and fresh garlic. If you've got those 4 ingredients, just use curry powder with it. It will be fantastic, I promise you. So my other ingredients, tomato puree, which I'm going to do like I did with stew. I'm going to squirt it into a jug, put boiling water in, and I've got some bird's eye chilies here. So it's going to be quite a hot curry this, but because it's got coconut in, it'll be a creamy hot curry. I think they call it oh, I forgot, I told you this morning. Is it a Ceylon? Anyway, I'll Google it. And some flour to dip the meat in and brown it off like I did for my stew. So I'm going to crack on with that. And in the meantime, I'm not going to do any dancing today. I'm a bit gouty. You can have a look at what I did with my day, and I'll see you in a few minutes when I've got things on the go. A glorious sunny afternoon here in Middlesbrough Teesside. There's this cargo fleet lane. Crossing the road now, doing my green cross code thing. Oh, there's a car coming, I better watch out. In front of me, that's the famous Cargo Fleet Club, home of Wednesday night karaoke and bingo every hour, every bloody night. I'm just on my way to Morrison's to do a bit of shopping via my ex-wife's, where our 6-year-old grandbairn Imogen is having a birthday party today, which I'm looking forward to with some trepidation. I'm taking her the present she asked for, which is a strange fluffy pink cushion that looks like one of them pieces off Candy Crush Saga, some sort of sweet or candy. We'll see what reception it gets. She nearly asked for it, but 6-year-old's been 6-year-old. She's probably changed her mind and is expecting me to unwrap a bike, but we'll see. Okay, more on today's little excursion later on. I'm at stage 1. I've got all my onions sliced and gently frying away in a pan with some oil. I'm going to gently fry them for about half an hour, really let them get down concentrated and golden and soft. I've got a pan with some oil here, and I've got my oxtail chunks coated in flour, and just like when I made the stew the other day, I'm going to brown these off. Browning them in the flour both seals the meat, it seals the flavours in, and also the flour helps add a bit of thickness to your sauce later on. Just got room to get the whole tail in there, so I'm gently going to brown them off, turning as I go. Well, here we are, almost there. A duty visit to see children. Oh, just get it over with. Okay, the onions have been sweating down now for about 20 minutes, getting nice and soft. My oxtail has been browned in the pan. I've been doing some prep over here. That's the ginger, peeled, ready for grating. The garlic cloves. The chilies, I've just cut them in half. I'm going to put them in my curry whole, so Alice can avoid them because she doesn't like it too hot. The cardamom pods, I've just put them in a... I keep saying pods, why can't I say the word pods? I've just put them in a bowl and bashed them with a rolling pin. Or use a pestle and mortar if you fancy you got one. This stuff I haven't used before. This is the tamarind paste. It's like a resiny block. And the instructions say, put in a bowl and cover it with hot water for half an hour. And then strain it through a sieve so you leave the seeds and the bits of skin behind. And you just use the pulp. It's supposed to be really good in a curry. Well, we'll soon find out. My tomato puree, I've used 2/3 of the tube. Put some boiling water, stirred it in. And I'm going to grate the ginger and garlic now in my grater, and we'll move on to the next bit. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello! What's going on here? Is it Christmas?
No! I wish!
Is it Christmas Day today?
Hello! Where have you been, fishing?
You're starting to frighten me, strange man with a white face.
I'm the Joker, nice to meet you.
Are you? You're evil. I'm not now second.
No, I'm lovely.
I'm freezing. Don't pull me towards you, I'm frightened.
Come on in.
Alright, the next stage is my onions are lovely, starting to brown. I've whacked the heat up. In here I've got roughly grated that big root of ginger, the 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, the chilies cut in half, the cardamom pods lightly crushed, bung it all in. I know, do you know what? I can't say pods. I keep saying pods. I'm going to give that a stir. Now that wants to gently fry for about 10 minutes. Just keep stirring it. And when it is, I'm going to put the curry powder in. Now those of you who like to follow precise recipes, as in 2 tablespoons of this, 100 grams of that, I'm no good to you, because I'm either rubbish at that or I'm a genius, because I just play it by ear. This looks about the right type of curry powder to me, though it's hit and miss, because this is hot madras powder, and if I make it too hot so I'll ask can't eat it, I'm in deep trouble, because the meal is her salary for being the camera woman. So, well, do you know what? That's starting to sweat down already now. We're going to have the curry powder now. Just shake it in. Now that, everything there, we're going to gently fry it for about 10 minutes. As you see, my oxtail's ready. Well, I'm going to do the oxtail now because I've got the slow cooker on. I'm going to put this in. When I've made my curry sauce, I'm going to pour the curry sauce on top and leave it in the slow cooker for at least 6 hours. Now, I'm not adding all the ingredients for the curry yet. And the reason being, the tamarind and the coconut will thicken the curry, making a lovely thick creamy Ceylon sauce, but you want it a bit more liquid in the slow cooker to thoroughly cook that beef and tenderise it and make it so it's falling off the bones, which is what I'm looking forward to showing you when that meat comes out of the slow cooker. You just put it on a plate and the meat just goes, oh, it's hot, and it falls off the bone. You don't have to get a fork on it or anything. Swear down. What are you laughing at? Me doing an impression of the meat. You put it on a plate and it goes, oh, it's hot, and it falls off the bone. Back soon, you can see some more of that scary Joker while I'm doing the next bit. I'm hiding behind here because the entertainer is a little bit scary.
Put them in front like this. Now, what he does is he opens them slowly.
Who's that man?
You're going to make this noise. I'll do it first.
I'm out having a fag already. The daughter's just told me that entertainer in there is charging £100 for an hour's work. No wonder they call him the fucking Joker. Right, if you get in there, camera lady, you can see the spices and everything in that onion mix have nicely fried now. There's no dry bits. I'm going to make it into a sauce. I'm going to start with my jug full of boiling water tomato puree and just pour a bit in. You can hear it sizzling. Give it a good stir, mixing up all them ingredients. Some more. stir it up. Let's get it all in. Oh, we've got some more of that tomato puree there. Right, now that, my Sims, is going into the slow cooker on top of that meat. Oh, listen, that sizzle, yeah. There we go, it's completely covered the oxtail. Give him a look, lady, camera lady. Do you know what? I'm just going to add a little bit more water out of the kettle because we can always thicken it up later on. Right. That is going to stay like that on high for 6 hours, and then I'm going to do more to it. There's more ingredients yet. I've still got the coconut, I've still got the creamy passata, and I've still got the mystical ingredient, the tamarind, to add. But we'll look at that later on. I'm going to have a whiskey now. It's dark outside, the sun's over the yard arm, and relax and watch a bit of TV, and then we'll have a look when the slow cooker's done its magic.
Freeze! Stay still. Stop hitting people. I'm going to put you outside. Who's laughing? That's funny. Oh, you playing? You playing? Well, Grandad's being very intrusive.
Get Joker with his big words, intrusive.
Oh, I'm very, very...
Crack. There's something about children's entertainers that scares the crap out of me. Anyway, this is that tamarind block. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this. I've never used it before, but I've sieved it after soaking it for a good hour, and I've got like this gloop, really. I've tasted it. It does taste fruity, but I haven't got much out of it. Look, it's like a thick treacle. And maybe it took a lot of effort to squeeze it with the back of a spoon through this sieve, and there's a load of residue left there. It does look like a rather messy accident after 14 pints of Guinness, doesn't it? But I've got this in here, and as you can see, it's quite a thick sort of fruity glop. So we'll give it a go. We'll take it over here. Here's the slow cooker. This has been on about 2 hours now. The oxtail under there, covered by the curry sauce. Look, you see it's bubbling away, and we'll put this in and see what happens. It's fun experimenting, isn't it? Our lass loves corned beef pie. This is home-baked corned beef pie, so I'm twocking this, put it in my pocket, taking it home.
You do it. And again.
Your hair's in the coleslaw.
Blow him out. Wow. One more. Hey!
Hey! Hip hip!
Hey!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
3 hours into cooking time. Just going to lift a piece of this oxtail. You can see it's cooking beautifully, but I really want it so when I lift that out it starts to fall off the bone, so it wants at least another 3 hours. I've pulled a bit of coriander off that plant. Just going to add a bit of fresh coriander in there. We'll add some more towards the end of the cooking time. I've done my timing a bit wrong tonight. It's 7:30 at night. I reckon at least another 3 hours. That makes it 10:30. So it might have to be an overnight 2-shift job, this. I'm told this is the superhero called Harlequin. Well, that's a toy one, but if you look here, we've got the real thing. I know which one I prefer. Right, it's nearly 10 o'clock in the evening. This has now had 5.5 hours cooking. I've kept popping in and throwing in a little handful of fresh coriander
which has been absorbed into there. I'm just going to pick out some lumps of this meat. Look, you can see it's cooking away. I'm still not happy that it's quite ready, that meat, to take out and strip off the bones yet. I'm going to give it another half hour, but I didn't leave it much longer because I've been so busy today what we're cooking and making this video and popping to the party, I actually forgot to eat. And all I've had is that bit of corned beef pie that I shared with our lass when I come back from the party, and I've had 2 small whiskies and I'm wobbling a bit, so we'll give it half an hour, we'll get this out. And what do they call it in the movie industry? Make a wrap for the evening. Grandparental duties over for one day, and I got out in one piece, which is always a bonus. Here we are in Moz's getting the bits and pieces for today's curry. Now I always like to buy our lass a little treat on a Saturday, so I got that first. Got her sorted, something special for her. Hello, hello, hello. It is now 10:30 at night. My curry has had a good 6 hours plus to cook away. What I've done, I've used a slotted spoon to take the meat out of the slow cooker, and as you can see here, look at that. I'm removing the big bones because some people are a bit funny about bones in meat. Look at that, that's the middle bone out of one of the pieces of oxtail. Our lass is not keen on meat on the bone. I love it myself. I would pick that knuckle up there, look at that big knuckly tailbone, and I would suck the meat off it. But I know some people are a bit squeamish about that sort of thing. I remember Joe Royal, my old mate in the Navy, back in the day, 30 odd years ago, we were talking about food, and he was a cockney bastard, and he went, "Oh my God, meat on a bone, that's disgusting, mate, I wouldn't eat that, and oh my God," and I'm like, what are you, a big girl's blouse? But it did teach me that some people are funny about this sort of thing. So what I'm doing, for the benefit of our lass mainly, is just taking out the bigger bones of this oxtail. There's another one there, see? Just getting it out of the way. And you can see how tender the meat has gone. Look, I'm just tickling it with a fork, just lovingly stroking it. And all that beef. It is quite fatty oxtail, but it's delicious. And I don't do healthy food. Look at that, see? Look at that big bone there. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Look, one piece left, one nice big piece. Just gently stroke it with the fork. Am I in the way, my love? I'm sorry. My hand's in the way. Well, I'm an artiste. I work with my hands. Can you see it all right now? Are you getting that meat? Look. Let's just move that other last bit of bone out of the way. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that lovely oxtail, curried oxtail. I'm going to whack it. Oh, just before I do, just look in there, Dal. Let me get my big spoon. If you look, there's my curry sauce. Now, it's quite thin and liquidy, isn't it? I wanted it to be that way to cook the meat. But now that I'm putting the meat back in, as I mentioned, I want a thick, creamy curry sauce. We'll get that meat back in. Now we've got it off the bone. Put the lid on for a moment. This is what I'm going to do next. Here's the creamed coconut, look. And very quickly, it's like a big block of butter. It's quite friable. That's a good word, isn't it, for this time of night? Just move a knife through it. This stuff, when you put it in a hot liquid, it just melts. And it really thickens up a sauce. Now, because it's after 10 o'clock at night, I got my timing for my cookery video sort of skew with today. This is going to have to cook overnight in the slow cooker. I'm going to turn it to low right now. I'm going to put this coconut in. Look at that in there. That is pure cream coconut. I'm going to turn it to low. What I already have done, look. Just on the controls there, show them. It's on low. I'm going to leave that overnight. Now, one thing about a slow cooker, we live in a flat. We're on the same story, if you like. we found it dries the air out a bit if you leave it overnight. So what we're going to do is we're going to close the kitchen door and we're going to open the kitchen window, because we found if you don't, you sort of wake up in the middle of the night and think, what's that strange dryness at the back of my throat? It's the slow cooker cooking. But we'll talk about that. Now, if you're worried about the lecky bill, I am told, I have read, these slow cookers, on low, it's about the same energy as a light bulb. So I'm not worrying about the lecky. While I'm talking, let me get my spatula, give it a bit of a stir, start melting that coconut in. Look, that will beautifully fix up the sauce. And I've got open here finally my carton of passata. Look at those lovely rich tomato sauce. That's going in there. So we'll leave it overnight, and like I say, the energy of a single light bulb, so we don't have to worry about the lecky bill. Now, if I'm wrong, if the internet is wrong and that uses a lot of electricity, it's no biggie. The electricity company doesn't have my real name anyway, and if we get a huge electricity bill after having this on all night, then I just phone them up and I say, hello, my name is Abdul Postlethwaite, I've just moved into this flat and I'm a new customer, and the old bill can just back off. So we're going to leave that now on low overnight. Oh, forgot something. The living coriander. I have been adding little handfuls through the cooking time. I'm going to pull enough off now. Just give it a bit of a rip. Because seriously, oh, that is beautiful stuff. Throw that in as well. I'll put the last bit in just before serving in the morning. I will show you that when we dish it up tomorrow. You're not going to believe how gorgeous it's going to be. Morning all, it's Sunday morning, crack of dawn. Cameron Woman 2 is still in pyjamas. I've still got my nightie on, but my slow cooker has been on low all night for the finishing touches of my curry. One warning, what I discovered this morning with curry, especially oxtail, very fatty meat, and all the oil I use to fry the onions and brown off the meat, etc. When it cooked overnight, there was a pool of oil on the top of the curry. And all I did was use a spoon to scoop it all off the top, but there was rather a lot. Look at that, that's pure fat. Yeah. That's all gone. It's very easy because it just lays on the top of your curry and just gently spoon it off. We have now got our curry ready. I'm going to show you it. The coconut and everything worked. Just going to put a little bit in this bowl for you to have a look at. There it is, look, lovely thick sauce. Lovely chunks of tender beef. Have a little taste, Cameron Woman Sue. Did you what for you? Me, show me. That is absolutely gorgeous. Not too hot, Cameron Woman Sue. You'll enjoy that. It's cool now. Just have a taste of that spoon. Tell them what you think. Oh, she's making a loves it face. Loves it face. So there you go. Long process, slow cooker. Here, show him. Beef oxtail curry. We'll be enjoying that later on with some rice and some poppadoms. Sue's joking. Oh, and some yoghurt, minty yoghurt, because it's a little bit hot. That always takes the heat up a bit. That was another episode of Cookery with Mac. I'll see you next time when I don't know what I'm going to cook for you. But for now, it's bye from Sue. Bye. And it's bye from me. Bye.